In this tutorial, we are going to create a summary table that is ready for our report by using a very useful package. It is gtsummary. You need 3 packages for this tutorial. The first package is gtsummary, and the second one is 𝗙𝗵𝗲, and the last one is 𝐏𝐡â�. The last packages you need for adding statistical tests into the summary table. If you haven't installed these packages, you need to install them before you can load them by using library. I have already installed these packages, so now I will run library code to load all the packages. The data we use for this tutorial is iris. This is the built-in data in R. Now we can view the data. The data are the flower characteristic of 3 different plant species. After we load the packages and we have a look at the data, now we can create a summary table. To create the summary table, we name it summary_table, and then we use the data iris, we use pipe, and then we use the code table_summary. TPL is abbreviation for table. We group by species, and we use statistic, and we list, and we use for all continuous variable. We want to have the mean and the standard deviation. This code helps us to have the symbol plus and minus. You also can customize the digit number. In this case, I round to 1. We also can customize the label for variables using this code. We don't want to have the missing data in the calculation, so we use the code missing equal no. If you want to have an overall column, you use the code _overall, and you also can add the p-value for ANOVA analysis for all continuous variables. We run the code now. After we run the code, you can see the result. So this is a summary table. In this summary table, you have 3 different species, and you have 4 different parameters. And the data includes the mean and standard deviation. If you don't want to have the overall column, you can remove this code. We rerun the code, and we see the result. Now our summary table doesn't have the overall column. If you don't want to have the plus and minus symbol, but you want to have the bracket, you can change the code here. You just change this one by using bracket. Now we rerun the code, and we can see the result. Now you can see we don't have the plus and minus symbol. After we have this table and you're happy with the table, you can export the table into the Word file. To export the data into the Word file, you need to install the package 𝗙𝗧. In this case, I have already installed it. Now I just load the package. And then you need to set the path to the folder or directory where you export the file to. After that, you can export the table. You need to use the table you have already created above. This is the table. And then you use the code s_flex table. This code have you to convert to the flexible format. And then you use the code save_s doc. And you name for it summary table. I run the code, and then we can check the file. And this is the file we have already exported. You can open it. And this is a summary table. That is for today. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial.